Bitmine Technologies, Bmnr, has been getting punched in the face lately. Almost 7% down last week, roughly minus 1.2% over the last month, minus 45% over the last 3 months, and about minus 30% over 6 months. Yet under the technical bruises there are early hints of support and a strategic pivot, from legacy Bitcoin mining toward building a massive Ethereum treasury, that could make this a fascinating watch for patient, tactical traders and selective long-term investors. The technical story. Weekly chart perspective. Let's start wide and get boringly practical, the way technical traders like it. Weekly observations. Since the public listing in mid-2025, the stock has been carving a clear downtrend, a series of lower highs and, until recently, lower lows. Price swings. Post-listing volatility produced peaks near earlier $160, psychologically huge. Then a series of downward swings, $30, August, rallied to $75, sold off to $38, bounced to $66, then rollover down to $23, a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. Equality of troughs. The last 2 troughs were roughly equal, $24 and $26, which can be an early sign of selling exhaustion. Equal lows followed by a hammer reversal can precede a range or reversal, but it's only the first clue, not the verdict. Hammer candle last week. Sellers pushed the price down intraday, but buyers rescued the close, leaving a long lower wick. That's a sign of demand at the low and makes $26 to $28 an important micro support zone. Confirmation needed. A weekly close convincingly above the downtrend line and above the last swing high, $42, would give much stronger evidence of a trend reversal. Until then, this is watch for a reversal, not buy to catch the turn. This is like watching a boxer on the ropes. A few punches don't mean the fight's over. You need the bell, trend break, and the ref's okay, volume and follow-through, before you step into the ring. The daily chart. What the near term wants to do. Daily observations. Shorter time frame shows a clear downtrend, but the daily lows have failed to decisively breach the $26 level in the last 2 attempts. That's constructive. Volume is adequate on the bounces, not explosive, but meaningful. We want to see rising volume on green days, buying conviction, and lighter volume on red days, lack of aggressive selling. A clean break above a descending trend line on the daily, followed by a push to challenge $34, near-term resistance, would be a healthy first step. If that holds, the next target is the $42 zone, the last swing high that would technically negate the confirmed downtrend. If you're trading next week, look for a strong green daily bar with above-average volume that holds above $30 to $32. That suggests momentum is shifting from sellers to buyers. Practical rule. Technicals change with price. If $26 breaks on heavy volume, the chart becomes decisively bearish and we must respect that and step back. By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Levels that matter, support and resistance cheat sheet. Immediate support, $26, watch for daily/weekly bounces here. Key support below, $23, if that's taken out, risk of a slide to $15 becomes realistic. First resistance zone, $32, $34, a validated bounce or fail here determines the next leg. Trend/reversal confirmation level, $42, break plus hold equals trend change signal. Longer-term upside targets. A move beyond $42 could see price explore $100 and beyond. User mentioned theoretical paths to $100 and even $160 listing peak, but those are multi-stage rallies, not immediate jumps. Think of price levels like doors in a castle. $26 is the front gate, $34 is the inner courtyard, $42 is the keep. You don't conquer the keep without first capturing the outer doors. What a sensible trade plan looks like for traders and investors. If you're a trader looking for a bounce, wait for a clear daily close above a descending trend line with volume pickup. Scale in small initial size at $26 to $28 with a tight stop, e.g., below $23. Take partial profits at $34 and $42 or use a trailing stop once the trade runs. Risk management. Don't risk more than 1 to 2% of portfolio on a single swing trade. If you're a longer-term investor, value/position, consider averaging in over time only after you see evidence of stabilization, e.g., several consecutive weekly green bars with growing volume. Set a longer leash. You may have to tolerate greater than 30% volatility. Keep position size moderate. This is a turnaround story with execution risk. If you're cautious/speculative, add Bmnr to a watch list. Wait for the $42 breakout and confirmation before committing major capital. Treat Bitmine like a project car you might buy at auction. If you don't have the tools and garage, stop levels, time horizon, the repairs, volatility will chew you up. Why the story changed from Bitcoin miner to Ethereum treasury. This is the most interesting part and the reason patient investors should pay attention beyond the charts. Strategic pivot. Bmnr has transitioned away from legacy Bitcoin mining operations and moved to build the largest Ethereum treasury globally. That's big because it changes revenue/asset exposure from mining crypto, an operational, capex-heavy, and margin-volatile business, to an asset holding play focused on ETH appreciation and treasury management. Fundraising to execute pivot. Bitmine completed a $250 million private placement to fund its strategic change. That capital has been used to expand Ethereum holdings and position the company as a major corporate ETH holder. Why that matters? Balance sheet transformation. ETH is now an on-balance sheet asset, a mark-to-market treasure chest if ETH rallies. That potentially reduces operational headaches from mining, power costs, rigs, maintenance. Cash flow versus capital gains. Mining generates operating revenue but is subject to margins, capex, and energy costs. A treasury model depends more on asset price movement and treasury management strategies, staking, lending, custody. The revenue profile can become less predictable from operations but more levered to ETH price changes. Strategic narrative. Institutional investors sometimes like companies that can deploy capital into appreciating assets when the management shows conviction and governance, particularly if ETH becomes a digital asset reserve. Think of Bitmine as a shipping company that used to own a fleet of small trawlers, mining rigs, and now sold many of them to own a fleet of cargo containers full of valuable goods, ETH. The operational headaches are fewer, but your returns are tied to what's inside the containers and how global trade, crypto market, behaves. Note this as well. Daniel 7 verses 25-27 tells us, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.